In the meantime, we could be getting some snow.
A little bit, but nothing like down there. And we're talking 6 inches. That's on the low end near Lafayette. You can see here all this blue shaded area. That's where they've had almost a foot of snow potentially down there. Basically I-10 area north of that, where pretty much stretches all the way back to Hughes, as mentioned. Lesser snow down there, but still they actually had rare blizzard warnings as you go further down towards the Gulf because of the combination of wind and the snow coming down. So that is starting to kind of push east along with the cold temperatures, but quite a bit. Some of those records are going to be going back to the late 1800s. They'll probably be breaking in some of those areas. But we have a little bit of snow on our way due to that warm front. The wind will be the story this evening, and also you still have that wind chill going on. But the snow will kind of arrive really in two waves. The first one towards probably midnight and more centered north of I-90 or I-94. You can see this little batch coming through later tonight. That'll provide a little bit of light snow, maybe getting down to I-90 towards after midnight, but it's a hit and miss type of event. Not expecting a lot of accumulation or anything with this. But notice the temperatures at 2 a.m. we're actually going up. We're all the way up to almost 10 degrees now. By the time you wake up, a little bit of light snow, but it starts shifting a little bit further south now, I-90 southward. And you'll notice there, this trend with this snow is it's going to be a little bit more widespread as we go in towards the morning. But those are your morning temperatures, above zero, actually in the teens. But that wind will start to decrease too. Now, if we go to tomorrow, we're starting to see more of a center of an area of snow along this front towards the south of La Crosse. That'll continue through the early morning hours, and then in the afternoon hours, it's the cold front that'll be coming through. That'll produce maybe a line of showers, potentially going into the late afternoon. This could impact some areas towards the evening commute, some light showers coming through between about 4 to 6. That'll swing through pretty quickly with decreasing clouds towards Wednesday night. Colder air behind this, and the wind also will begin to pick up probably Wednesday evening behind this cold front. So we'll have some windy periods this evening and then tomorrow evening as well. Snow amounts through 5 a.m. centered more up to the north, but really light. Less than a half outside chance you might get an inch. As we go towards tomorrow, it's more towards the further south, although some areas might see that shower with the cold front coming through later in this afternoon. As you noticed there, some areas down there could pick up another inch south of La Crosse with all the activity. So a light event. Could impact commutes depending on timing. The wind will be a story this evening. We'll start seeing an increase to potentially 20 over some of the higher elevation areas as we go through 7, 8, 9 p.m. coming out of the south, and it'll increase overnight and then decrease eventually towards the morning commute, which will be lighter winds as the warm front has then since left to the east. So that's what we'll be doing with winds. Wind chills, unfortunately, not as bad as we had, but still they will be an issue this evening, 15 to 20. By the time you wake up, I think we'll be more in the 5 to 10 or even 0 to 5. So that's the good news for the morning commute. Those are your wind chills there. Not as bad as we've had too. But this evening, it will feel still quite cold with that wind chill, even though the temperatures will be coming up. There's your highs tomorrow. Much nicer, upper 20s to near 30. More where we should be this time of year. Thursday, unfortunately, behind the cold front, we're going to bring them back down. But nothing like we saw the last couple days. But it will be colder with back in the teens. And then going into Friday night, we could see some sub-zero temperatures once again. The good news is there's not a lot of wind going into Friday, so not expecting a lot of wind chill with this, but it will be a cold start to Friday. The good news is the rest of the forecast, it's actually looking very nice. Upper 20s to near 30, and then towards the middle, all next week, it looks very mild conditions with no snow on the ground. We easily could be getting 40-degree weather next week with fairly quiet conditions. So nice. A little snow, a little drop Thursday, but then after Friday, should enjoy it.
All right. I think we will.
Okay.
Thank you, Greg.